does the career that you have, or the one that you're targeting, give you a sense of purpose? This is an important question that you should think carefully about. Hey there, it's Adam from Smart Cut Careers, and this is the fourth video in a series about Cal Newport's book called So Good They Can't Ignore You. And in this video, I'm exploring the third major theme that Cal Newport talks about in his book, the theme of mission. So if you recall, I offered this acronym to help you remember the three major things from Cal Newport's book. The S stands for skill, the C stands for control, and this last letter is the theme of this video, the theme of mission. Another way of thinking about a mission would be the word purpose. It's the why. It explains the motivation for someone doing the career that they're doing. What is the work really about? Is it simply about making money? Many jobs are only about that, but some jobs are about something deeper, something more significant, something more meaningful. Broadly speaking, some examples of mission would be careers that focus on helping a particular kind of person. Or maybe they focus on helping an entire group of people, like a community at a local level. Some businesses focus on helping nature, the environment, maybe wildlife or something like that. Certain businesses exist to help in the event of, let's say, a natural disaster. Or maybe they serve a particular group of people who believe something politically or in terms of a religious belief. There's a wide variety of examples of missions. If we think about specific jobs that embrace a mission, you could think of, for example, someone who serves a city in some kind of a capacity. Let's say a commissioner that serves a city or a county. Maybe somebody is the head of something like an organization that serves a community with regards to a nonprofit of some kind. Maybe they're helping poor people. Maybe they're helping kids. Maybe they're helping homeless people in their community. These are specific jobs that are embracing some kind of a idealistic mission. You can even think about teachers. Many teachers go into education, not just because it helps them financially, which any job would, but more significantly, most people become teachers because they want to make a difference in their community with regards to helping people with their education and helping those people ideally have better opportunities in the future. I know someone who works at a nonprofit, but they've chosen to work for that nonprofit because the mission, the purpose of that nonprofit, is to help new parents who are trying to figure out how to do a good job. These parents don't have a lot of resources. Maybe they don't have a lot of friends or family members who can help them understand the difficulties of becoming a parent for the first time. And so this nonprofit helps to mentor these parents to help them become good at what they're doing and to indicate resources that are available to them in their community. And again, this person does this work because they find it fulfilling, they find it meaningful to help these new parents. If you watch the other videos, you probably remember that I talked about the fact that it's great if you can have all three of these things in a career. If you can have a high level of skill and feel that you're very good at what you do, that's excellent. If you have a high level of control, you're able to make decisions with regards to your job, that's also excellent. And if you can have mission as well, ideally all three of these, it will make your job the most satisfying. But as Cal Newport points out in his book, any number of these is great, even if it's just one. Now, I think in many ways, and for many folks, mission can be a bit outsized. This is why so many people, if they really believe in the mission of the work that they've chosen to do, maybe if they don't feel like they have a high level of skill or they don't have a lot of autonomy or control in what they're doing, if they truly believe in the mission of that business, that organization, it can make up for a lot of other drawbacks in that career. Now, mission doesn't necessarily have to be oriented towards something charitable or self-sacrificing like that example that I just gave. There are examples of mission in which people are driven by some kind of goal that is largely financial or personal. You think of people who work in sales, for example. Oftentimes they're trying to meet some kind of ambitious sales goal for themselves, for a team, for a business. And that's not necessarily something that would be similar to, let's say, working for a nonprofit or trying to benefit your community, but it's still a form of mission. And the idea is it's connecting one's work with something that's bigger in some sense, some larger goal that motivates and drives an individual or even an entire group of people. This can be very big in terms of giving energy. The first tip that Newport makes is that mission tends to appeal to people who are dreamers, people who have big imaginations, people who have lofty goals, who can visualize some grand thing in their mind's eye. And he points out that actually having a successful mission for yourself and for a business takes a very long time. And so if you're the kind of person who is a dreamer, who tends to think in terms of mission and purpose and these bigger concepts, be careful. Recognize that while it's very easy to quickly settle on some kind of a mission or to orient yourself towards some kind of purpose, actually being successful in that mission, that purpose, requires consistency for a very long amount of time to ultimately have success. The second tip that Newport offers is a very practical one, and that is the fact that while it is easy to think of any number of forms of mission or purpose that you could connect with a career, the job ultimately has to be something that makes money. And if you cannot connect a mission with a viable, profitable business, if that business doesn't exist, or you cannot create that business and run that business at a functional, profitable level, then there's a sense in which the mission could be a distraction. It could be something that could lead you astray or take you to some kind of dead end. The third tip that Cal Newport offers is to think about mission perhaps a bit later in your career journey than the other two factors. You want to think about skill right from the get-go. Before you even have that first job, you need to be establishing some skill. And once you've been there for a while, it's a good idea to establish some control, that second factor. But the factor of mission can be a distraction. It can get in the way of those other things. And if you focus on mission too early, there's a danger that you can end up at a dead end in terms of your career. So instead, focus on getting really good at something and focus on establishing some control, some autonomy in a job. And then look for a way to connect mission with that career. Don't pursue mission too early. The last tip that Newport mentions is the idea of doing proto-missions or early versions of a mission before you commit to a mission-oriented career. He calls them little bets. You want to make little bets with regards to mission to test the waters, so to speak, to see if that kind of mission is actually fulfilling and meaningful to you in a practical way. Don't assume that just because something seems on a hypothetical level to be a good potential mission, that it actually will make you feel good about yourself, or that it's something that is actually going to work in a career. So test it. Try little missions in your career that you currently have, or the first career that you have, and see if they work. See if you feel good about them, and see if they can actually be connected with a meaningful, realistic form of work. This was my last video about this book, So Good They Can't Ignore You. And again, if you haven't read it, this is my favorite book about careers, and I can't recommend it too much. Check it out, give it a read. An excellent piece of literature to be thinking about, to read as you are considering how do you choose your career and how do you begin generating some of the skills that are going to allow you to be successful in that career. As always, if you like this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.